Y'all know before I ask them out for life is out there, you guys have a blessed day. Make sure you subscribe to that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Now you got Jess Hilarious. You know, she been trending for a little while now in terms of her position on the Breakfast Club because she went on maternity leave and Lauren took over for her, you know, while she was on leave. And that was somebody that Jess Hilarious chose. But there was a segment of her show that Lauren was kind of taking over because people liked the fact that she had a journalist background, unlike Jess Hilarious. And there was people like DJ Academics that was saying that Jess can't read and all this nonsense, that she just ratchet and degenerate. Then you had Corey Holcomb making his comments. But let's get right into the video and see how this unfolds.
They said it's all your fault.
I know. It's always my fault. I don't care. Okay, I take the good and the bad with everything. It is what it is. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, Jess Hilarious, Lauren LaRosa is here. We're having a conversation because Jess Hilarious went crazy on Instagram last night.
And I knew the live would upset. You know, Charlamagne, you don't get upset, whatever. But I knew that it would upset Envy. I knew it would upset Lauren.
Let me stop there.
That's why you closed the elevator this morning.
And that was crazy. Now, why would you do that, Lauren?
I just I wanted to.
They pulled up at the same time.
At the same time where we parked, and she was in front of me.
She saw Jess. She didn't know what Jess was on, so she rushed to the elevator. She hit the button. You remember when Q was on Juice and he thought Jess was behind him?
I hit the button one time, and this was why
I heard the button though.
I said I felt like I didn't know what to say to you because I was so thrown off by parts of that live yesterday. I'm like, bro, we be talking at least enough. Like, we don't got to be friends outside of here. But I feel like I've always said to you off air, whenever things have happened, we've had conversations about a lot of different things. Let's talk. Call me. What's up? What's the issue? What's going on?
The issue is the whole.
Nope. Lauren is absolutely correct. And whenever you have a real problem, unless you're using it as content like they're using it as content right now, they're benefiting off of the content. And so I can't hate on them as a result of it. Instead of letting everybody else just benefit off the content, they actually using it as ammunition and they putting the content out. So smart strategy to get their name back into the algorithm. On top of that, Lauren is right. You can't air me out or air out everybody, and we don't even know how true it is. You can't air everybody out on social media or go on Instagram Live and do all of this tactics and stuff, and then want to act like, oh no, but this is the issue. No, you told everybody else the issue. You see me every single day. I work with you every single day. If you was feeling some type of way, you should have said something in person.
That's called professionalism. If there's an issue, you can literally set up a meeting, you know, or you can speak to that person, you know, have a quick little rendezvous with them and hash it out so it doesn't appear to be an issue that everybody else can give their own input on, especially the internet or social media, because they'll take something and run with it. But if you can spill your guts online, if you can literally get online and give full vent to your soul, you can't come in front of those very people and expect them to be like, oh, everything is all good and cool, and you know, it's okay that you went off on the tangent. Nah, you can't be acting like you don't know what the issue is, and it's just like little here and there's, but you can give full vent to it when you was on your own accord. That's not what's up.
Instead of airing me out on social media, she's right, and this is why she's the person that's probably best for the job instead of Jess Hilarious. But they're going to benefit off of this. They're going to monetize it.
Narrative. Like, I understand F the comments and F the people and all that. But it's not all about them. It's how I'm feeling too. What if I'm feeling the same way the people feel? You know what I'm saying? So what? Because
you air them out
niggas online.
If you feel the same way that people feel, the commentators, right? Why not speak to them directly? Why not give them the opportunity to see where you're coming from and they can give appropriate responses rather than you feeding off other people's energies, false narratives, things that have no validity? Why will you allow that to dictate your actions? You got to hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable.
And feel a certain way. I feel the same way they feel about it.
Call
like,
me and curse me out. Call in me and curse him out. Yes, you do.
Yes, like okay. I've done that. You know what I mean?
There's a bigger issue sometimes too, because I feel like, all right, you'll call him, you'll cuss him out. We might talk about different situations, but I think a lot of times if there's an issue for real, and then it don't be no movement in here, it's like there's an issue outside and then there's no movement in here, and then we just all in here like he ha. Like you're doing a lot of it right now. You're laughing and joking, but for real, you know that she's up here crying. Nothing about that is funny. Like there's real issues and real problems, and
because men don't have the same type of problems that women have. We able to take our lick and keep it rolling. And we also understand that this is just the nature of the industry that you in. You always want some, like honestly, honest to God, Jess Hilarious just seemed like a person that is toxic to work with. When I say on the Millionaire Morning Show that you have to make sure that you're a cultural fit and that when you're going through the interview process, you want to try to vet people out to see who's easy to work with, who's good to work with, and who's.
I like that he said that based on the culture of the business. Every last company, business you work for has its own culture. There are people that fit within that culture that's able to thrive and be able to be an asset, not only on the work side, but on the actual companion side, the overall coworker side, because it's a partnership, whoever you're working with. You know, everybody has to be on the same accord, see eye to eye, be able to take constructive criticism and to move forward and not get hung up on issues or problems. And that's what makes a toxic environment. It should be friendly competition. It should be things where you can give recognition when it's due and also constructive criticism when it's due. You should never be part of a culture where people feel like it's like beef, 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 where it's literally getting to the point where you got to go online or outside of work and complain to others instead of going to the people that you work with and then allowing other people to give their insight on the issue that they probably don't even know half of what's going on really. And then it's creating this false narrative. Now you got to face those very people, creating an awkward environment. That's why a lot of people would say, oh, you know what, it is that you weren't a good fit because the environment that the workspace is created and based upon, you're not fitting into that group. And that's what's going on right now with Just Hilarious. She doesn't fit the culture. She doesn't understand how the communication works at that job. You know how you got to know who you're working with and how those people, like to communicate or converse and handle problems. And she doesn't fit into that criteria, which is going to sooner or later, it's like one bad apple spoils a bunch. You don't want her, to rub off on other people in the workplace. That's another asset too that people have to pay attention to. Not asset, but that's another thing that you got to look into that can create problems.
It's always going to be problematic. This is what I'm talking about.
We don't really get to the gist of it.
Never.
I want the record to show I see Jess cry a lot. So
it doesn't matter if you see her cry 1,000 times.
Joke, talking about you know what? I'm not even talking to y'all. I'm not talking to y'all. See, because when I try to be serious and talk, you see what I'm saying? You see how they do me?
What I'm saying is that I think at this moment, because this is East Side High, West Side, whatever high we gonna be, we here and we together, so we got to figure this out. And it's not, everything's not a joke. And I can understand some of where you was coming from, but bro, part of that live I thought was crazy. I'm like, what, Jess? Like,
what parts did you think was crazy?
What part? Because like, it's not like you didn't hear anything in that live that I haven't said to you.
I heard a lot that you didn't say to me.
Okay, so what part did I not say to you?
Okay, so the part
shouldn't even have been on the live, number one, but
yeah, for you to even say that, a lot of this you already heard. What that has to do with the world hearing it though? See, this is the crazy part. She's trying to justify what she did. And then she believes that that was some type of, acceptable behavior. It was not. And you can't start off by saying, so what? Is everything that you heard? No, that doesn't matter. Because you should still be able to work things out within your workspace rather than bringing in third parties or whoever. Stop trying to justify something that was erratic.
But let's continue.
About the talking over each other and the hush, be quiet, because you talk about how you feel in real time, right?
Yeah.
I'm feeling in real time. That be quiet. That was crazy. Is crazy. The shut up.
Crazy.
I was like, oh,
That
okay,
was
because
crazy.
what we really giving up here? Like, what's up?
Okay,
right?
but
I didn't.
none of that was said. You didn't say anything
and
about
then,
that.
And then when I pulled you into the office with our EP with Eddie, the first thing I said to you was, Jess, we fighting for airtime and it shouldn't be like that. I want to know what can I do better as a producer? What can we do better as the two women sitting right here next to each other to make sure that don't happen, because it doesn't look good. It's not going to play well for either one of us.
I literally swear to God, I don't even remember you saying that.
And that's exactly.
Cap. And this is why Lauren probably said I pulled you in with the EP, the producer.
That is one of the, anybody knows, especially if you're a manager, like, you should know that whenever you're speaking with another employee, you always bring in a witness, someone who has a position of power as well, like another manager or HR, whoever. And when you have these conversations, that person can literally vouch and document what went on during that meeting, because therefore you have facts and evidence. And people cannot just go off on a tangent and lie and say that this thing was brought up and wasn't brought up, or whatever the case may be. I never heard this before. And that person can literally say, nope, this was what was said, and this actually was said. And now you got to be held accountable. I don't think that she's going to fit for too long, especially if you're going to straight up lie like that when there was another individual there that witnessed it. Damn, that's crazy work.
Person, because I need a witness. All of a sudden, you got amnesia. You remember everything that you feel, but you don't remember. And I'm not a fan of any of these people that's on the Breakfast Club, especially with regard to they political takes. But Lauren is the only grown-up that's between these two women. She is the person that's pulling you to the side. She's had these conversations. She's addressing it off air. She's taking her licks. Even when you told her to shut up, you told her to shut up on there and all of this stuff, and it's crazy. You talk to her crazy, but you always the victim. Cap. Why
I had Eddie in the room, or EP, to have
I
the
never
conversation.
ever heard that.
Because
you've pulled me to the side a few times to ask me, are you okay? How do you feel about the stories and things like that? You've never said what you just said to me. Now listen, I have said, hush, shut up. Yo, you overtalk. And like I said, I'm not about to be up here fighting for no mic. Like, I'm not doing that. If I already got the job, like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not. It's four voices. Three of us are very opinionated. You know what I mean? Me, you, and Charlamagne. I'm not saying Envy don't got no opinion, but he don't jump in every single time there's dead air. You know what I'm saying? When you overtalk. And it's like the only time you can quiet down is somebody be like, shut up or hush.
My mom don't even tell me.
That sound crazy, bro.
That sounds wild.
Jess Hilarious is out of her fucking mind, bro.
Out of control.
Out of her mind. If you're not doing it as a form of content and whatever... Listen. It's one thing to make a mistake. I'm not going to say that people don't talk crazy online and all of that other stuff. It's one thing to do it. It's one thing, and I ain't even going to say a mistake. It's one thing to crash out online. It's another thing to stand 10 toes down and say, hey, you don't shut up. So you don't think that you're wrong? Because everybody do stuff or they...
That's the thing. I think Jess literally plays the victim role very well. She doesn't know how to take accountability. And she obviously doesn't know when to shut her mouth. Understand that the Bible says if a fool learns how to basically just shut up, if a fool learns how to be quiet, he'll be considered wise. That's why sometimes you have to learn how to shut up. Practice shut upness.
They make mistakes or, they got some bad moments or some stuff that they wish that they can take back. But you standing on that shit? And this chick is out of her fucking mind, bro.
Me shut up, Jess. I'm a grown-ass woman.
And I understand. You could have said that on air right then and there. Or right after when you saying you put me in the office. You never put me nowhere to tell me that.
Because the way that I do things when it comes to my job and my career, that's not what we on. And I told you from the jump, I was never going to give that to you.
Okay.
Ever. And did I not? Our first conversation, I said, if I ever have an issue with you, I'm going to handle it in a way where we can get through a conversation because we grown. And regardless, you don't got to love me. You don't got to like me, but we here together. I'm here.
And listen, like I said earlier, the internet loves me.
Yes,
Hey, she cooked your ass, and she here to stay. Unfortunately, they ain't getting rid of her. They see her as a valuable asset to the company. She's somebody that's bringing in, a different type of, content and approach to, the way that she has that background in journalism and other things, and she can be very professional and speak very highly. The way she articulates is very nice. I believe that she is the right person for the job. That's why they're allowing her to take your slots or speak, and you feel like you got to tell her to shut up. You just feel like your job is threatened. I mean, you know your job is threatened because you don't know how to grow and excel in the field where you're good in, but then also accept change, diversity. Meaning you got to learn how to adapt. Learn how to adapt. When you're in a job environment, you got to be able to adapt to change. And when you're able to adapt to that change and then still fit in and flourish, man, you a threat. But she out of freaking control. Out of control.
And,
Are
and,
here.
and one of the
And
easiest.
who the oldest person? Who the oldest person between them two? Because clearly it's only
Jess.
one adult in that conversation.
Hey, Jess is
And I know
old
that we
enough, right?
celebrate the ratchet culture and all of this stuff, but it's only one adult in this room right now.
To
And
create
you're
methods
here.
to pit women against each
And
other.
you're here because of an opportunity that I extended.
Regardless of-
You could talk to
yeah,
me
no.
crazy?
I'm not sitting here like you don't deserve to be here. I'm not sitting here like you're not here. You're not going anywhere. Let's first and foremost, let's get that. It may be my delivery or whatever. But yeah, you are here. I ain't never say you shouldn't be here. I said from the
nothing,
whole
bro.
jump, yeah, shorty do the job.
What is she talking about? You literally tried to throw a slick shot by saying I'm the one. Basically, I'm the reason why you're here. That's you trying to undermine her. You literally were basically saying that it wasn't due to your skill. It wasn't due to your charisma. It wasn't due to your overall education and background and professionalism and consistency. No, it's because of me. But then you try to throw a little, cover up there by saying, no, you do deserve here. You do deserve to be here. She thinks she's slick, man.
Great, she's amazing. That's why I want it to be her segment. Pushed for that.
I think y'all can work very well together.
No,
and once again,
it's
you
the
gotta stop
reason why
letting the
you
internet
threaten.
pit y'all against each
But
other.
I
I
think
know
You
that.
can't fucking read. That's what the real reason is, because you can't read the segment and you sounding like a crazy person.
Internet has
Beyond
created
it,
a
but if it's
narrative.
a way
Lauren
that
versus
I
Jess, Jess
feel
versus
as well,
Lauren.
No, but
then that's
Yeah, and that's the thing. You have a shortcoming. You didn't improve on your skill set. You're not humble. You got this delusion of grandeur, and that's what happens when people don't know their place. But let me know what you guys think in the comments about this Jess Hilarious shit. This is what happens when you're ratchet and you don't know how to be humble and think that you can just somehow be in a professional environment without building your code of ethics. Let me know what you think about that, man. It's straight horrible, man. I'm up.